And good morning, everyone. Welcome into another edition of the Epifano McDonald's McSports Saturday Show. I'm either going to have to shorten the name or something. That's a tongue twister.
It's too late to do that.
It's too late to do that. And good morning, everyone. Randy Young along with Nick Epifano. We're here. This is the first of two shows we'll be doing today on our Stars of the Game, or I should say the Star of the Game, as we usually have one. But we had a combination of about 20 young people that was named the Epifano McDonald's Star of the Game after each of our broadcasts this past fall and winter season so far of the WCHC, Fayette County Youth Sports Programming. And we'll have another one coming up with spring sports, probably in late May or early June. Won't be quite as many broadcasts, but we'll still have some for you. But this is for the winter sports season. We've got boys basketball, girls basketball, boys bowling, girls bowling, and wrestling. So we got 5 different sports that'll be covered over the next 2 weeks. And then, of course, also next week will be our Student Athlete Awards program as well. So we're going to be busy for the next couple weeks. But today, it's show number 1 of the winter sports season.
Is our first show this year? Have we done one yet this year?
What? Yeah, we did it right before Christmas, remember?
Okay. But I mean, in 2024, we haven't done anything.
No, we have not done anything in 24.
We're slacking.
But, hey, you're the ones on the road all the time, buddy. All right. Anyway, we're glad to have you with us this morning. We'll be talking to some of the young people and some of the coaches here in just the next few minutes, so stay with us for that. First of all, we have Mr. Epifano's in today, once again. Kind of
happy to be here.
Producing the program.
Happy to be here with you.
I'm happy to be here with you too, buddy. Looking at the changing now of the season, a lot of rain, seems like. We're not ready to build an ark yet or anything like that.
Close.
But my goodness, it's really affected some of the sports schedule and stuff like that. But as we look at going back to the winter sports season, was very, 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 very successful as far as the young people and the performances that they've had. And we had a couple teams that did very well. We had some kids that went to the state wrestling tournament, and I believe we had a bowl or two to the state tournament. So we overall had a pretty good success, and the coaches will tell us about that. But as far as McDonald's is concerned, you guys have still been keeping quite busy. In fact, not only during the fall season earlier, but also during the winter season as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good year, been busy, a lot of stuff going on. Just trying to make sure we're always here to take care of what our customers need, and in the 4 locations that we're at. And I want to thank everyone because a lot of press was out yesterday about Second Chance and some of that stuff that's going on there. And we were able to give a donation yesterday of $5,000 to Second Chance. And really that comes from you. It comes from our customers. And between you and my employees, that do such a great job taking care of you every day, it really gives us the opportunity to be able to invest back in the future and do things like we're doing today. Mm-hmm. We can sit here and I can, think whatever, but without our customers and employees and the community embracing McDonald's, we can't share some of that love back. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because yesterday was a touching way to be able to give back. No matter what the situation is, I'm not even in any of that. The bottom line is there's a group there that helps people that needed money. We were able to do it because of you and your patronage, and I appreciate that. And they're better today because of it. So, and that's always been our goal. I mean, one of the things that Randy and I started a long time ago with all these different shows and those kind of things was, this isn't about advertising. You're going to see some commercials from McDonald's and those kind of things. But this is really about celebrating our community, celebrating achievements of young folks, helping others. And I think it's one of the things that he and I take a great joy in doing. I mean, he's done this for years, but not only are we looking at folks today with sports acumen and great things that they've done on the field or the court or wherever they're at, but we're also looking at some great young individuals that are our future leaders that are really doing some great things in their community. And as we always say, that's something that I think is a blessing, that we're able to look at these young kids and let them tell their story, and Randy will ask them some things and really get to learn a little bit about them, because there's more to it than sports. There's more to it than, scholastics and those kind of things. I mean, a lot of these young folks, they're involved in so many different things, and they're involved in their churches or social groups or, whatever, charities, and I think that's a great thing. Mm-hmm. And it's just I'm honored to be sitting next to this guy right here, Hall of Famer, and to be able to take part in days like today. I love these kind of days. They're fun. It's fun to see these folks, and they're busy. I mean, all these kids have to go. They have lots of stuff going on. Some are playing games today and those kind of things. But, I appreciate the coaches. I appreciate the school systems for giving us the time to have them come out here and really celebrate their success with the big guru over here.
Well, it's a win-win situation for everybody, and the thing is that, like you mentioned, I've been around here forever, it seems like. And the thing is that, especially if you got kids, a lot of these kids I've seen since their junior high age. Yeah. So I've actually been able to watch them as they've grown up and stuff.
Seen some of their parents and grandparents.
Yeah, parents and grandparents and everything like that, man. I mean, we've even
He's on
covered,
the third generation now.
We've covered some of them. But anyway, we have been able to kind of be a part of their family as well and help celebration with their endeavors as with their family, and so it kind of makes us proud to be able to have a chance to sit down just for a few short minutes and get a chance to interview them a little bit and get them to see be presented with awards like this that you like to give out and invest back into the community. So I think, like I say, it's a win-win situation for all of us.
And I want them to be able to celebrate this time because, I can remember when I was in high school. It's been so long ago, but you're busy. You don't think about it. You don't relish that certain point of time
right.
with everything going on. And I think one of the things that's great about this is that we can help them remember this. They can always go back and look at these things. Mm-hmm. And, when they get old like us, they can go back and look at, who knows what video is going to be like.
Well, that's true, too.
This will be like the black and white version, But at least they have something in that small part of time that helps them remember it, and then we get to celebrate it with them. So yeah. I think that's a great thing.
What's going on at McDonald's right now?
We just got lots going on. I mean, we're digital. Digital is a big thing. Okay, the app, the rewards program. If you want to save money, you can really do a lot with the app and digital. Our different ways of ordering. We got kiosks, we got delivery with DoorDash. Also 24-hour drive-through at Leesburg Avenue. Mobile ordering where you can, place your order and have it ready when you get here. You can pull up in a couple of stalls outside and get it. You can come inside and get it. We're noticing a lot of people now. The last few days I've been in the restaurant, really seeing a lot of people just coming in and, their order's already ready for them at the front counter. They come in, hit the restroom, grab it and go. That's one thing I can tell you that we're committed to do is to always be where our customers want us to be. So whether it be drive-through, mobile, whatever avenue that our customers look at for the future, we're always going to invest in that and always make sure that we're there. So that's really what we got now. Really nothing really new right now product-wise. I mean, we have spicy nuggets right now for a real limited time. They're going to be running out here real soon. They've really done well. So
I saw one on your sign this morning. I was coming over. Sugar-free vanilla.
Yeah, what happened was, we've had sugar-free vanilla syrup to use in the McCafe drinks and those kind of things, and then it got pulled for a while and we didn't have it. So that stock's has been replenished.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll stay. So for you customers out there that need a sugar-free alternative, we'll have that back for you and have it ready for you. But we have our full line of McCafe drinks, hot and cold, frappes, the iced, frozen Cokes and lemonades and all those kind of things. So, lots in the drink arena, as well as, your favorite, the breakfast burrito, Eventually in the future, we signed a deal to do it nationwide. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but we'll be doing Krispy Kreme donuts.
Really?
Yeah. So,
wow.
We'll be doing that in the future. So, because really right now, we don't have that sweet item like we
Right.
had in the morning. We had a whole line of items, so we've kind of transitioned out of that. So we'll be going into that. That's something that's been tested. I think the closest area is Louisville.
Okay.
So they've been testing it, went real well. The big thing is just keying up, because anything McDonald's does is on a grand scale.
Yeah.
And when you look at how many customers we serve every day, so for Krispy Kreme, even though they're really big, to take on McDonald's, they got to get really bigger.
Yeah.
So and a lot of distribution, because they're going to be actually delivering donuts every day.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So there'll be quite a bit of transition to that period. So that's something to look forward to. But and we still got the fan favorites: Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, Chicken McNuggets. Don't believe all the negative press out there. Chicken McNuggets and some of our products are some of the cleanest in the industry. You won't find a cleaner McNugget. No artificial colorings, and it's great. Quarter Pounder, the meat is 100% beef, salt and pepper. So I know there's been a lot of things out there in the past that say this or that. And when you get a fresh beef Quarter Pounder, we make it to order every single time.
Oh, I know that. I've ordered several Quarter Pounders,
yeah,
man.
So anytime you want, that product, and if you like that product, it's always going to be hot and fresh for you.
Yeah.
So, but that's just some of the things that we're doing. And again, thank you to my employees that do so much every day. We couldn't be here and open the doors without them. We're grateful for them and all my managers and everything, and we're grateful for you, all you folks out there that give us your funds to let us do these things and enjoy these things. So I thank you. It's a present for me when you do that. So thanks.
All right. Well, we do appreciate that. And one of the things that you, the customer, helps fund is these awards for our young people. And we're going to start here in just a moment. We're going to start talking with some of our star of the game coming up. First guest will be John Wall from Washington Courthouse. He won during the basketball season. We'll talk to John and have other guests. So stay with us right here on the Epifano McDonald's McSports Show on the Epifano Sports Network.
Rayleigh's our great-granddaughter. When she was 6 months old, and she was having 30 to 60 seizures a day. Then, last spring, we noticed a bruise on her inside of her thigh. A few days later, they came back with a pathology diagnosis, and it was lymphoblastic lymphoma. Without treatment, death is within 3 to 5 months. You treat her or she's dead. It's that simple. So we're in the hospital, and a lady I've never seen before walks in the room. She said, "I'm going to try to get y'all a room at the Ronald McDonald House." I didn't know what that was. I was 66 years old, and the only thing I knew about the Ronald McDonald House was when I went to McDonald's, they had a box sitting by the cash register, and I put money in it. She brought us over here, 1 block from the emergency room entrance of Children's Hospital. Rayleigh's in a wheelchair, and I can push her there in 2 minutes and 12 seconds because I've timed it. Well, we come to know the Ronald McDonald House because in the last 14 months, we've probably spent 100 nights here. But last December, during the night, Rayleigh got sick. Jump out of bed, put her in the wheelchair, and we're racing down the street. We get in the emergency room door. Her temperature in 2 minutes went to 103. She teetered there for 7 hours. And finally, her oxygen level in her blood started coming back up. I'm going to say again that we live 3.5 hours away, but we had the Ronald McDonald House, and we were here. If we hadn't been here, the child would have died. I hope your family never needs the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to tell you something. If you do, there's nothing like it. We thank God for it every day.
All right, back here now to McDonald's in Jeffersonville, our site of the McSports Saturday Show. Joined us now as our first guest of the morning hours, John Wall, senior from Washington Courthouse. Appreciate John coming in. I know that he's quite busy. Baseball coming up, basketball. Is that the only two sports you play?
And golf.
And golf, yep. Boy, I forget about that. Coach Barker will never forgive me for getting that third sport there. Let's talk a little bit about right now, your winter sports season, your basketball team. You guys had some good senior leadership able to come back and things like that. Tell us a little bit about the season. What were some of the thoughts process that you guys, and what Coach Shannon wanted you guys to try to do going into that season?
The whole season was basically like Coach B got the seniors together before the season and said that like the team's gonna ride or die from how you guys act and perform and how you lead the team. And I feel like we did a great job at that. And then it was a very fun season, and yeah, I had a great time.
When you look at when you guys played, there had a little spell there, about a week or so, you guys didn't even play any games because of cancellations and stuff like that. How did that affect you guys?
It wasn't the easiest for us. You know, you go into practice every day with the mentality to get better, but when it's right in the heart of the season, the practices got a little bit slow at sometimes because we were just anxious to play a game. But I feel like once the game started picking back up, we got back on the roll.
Obviously, it was kind of a disappointing end toward the season, kind of losing there. What was it, overtime, last second shot? And tell us kind of, how'd you guys deal with that?
It wasn't easy. You know, there were a couple kids in the locker room like an hour after the game, just couldn't move. You know, it was a tough scene, but I mean, it's something that we learned from, and we'll look back on it and be disappointed, but you can't take away all the rest of the season with just that one game.
I can say this senior class has had a lot of ups and downs over the last several years, but you guys have been able to make that projection upward. You've got, what, one or two titles, I believe it?
We have one league title.
Yeah, you won one league title the year ago, and you finished second, I think, once or twice. So overall, you guys have had a pretty good career as far as basketball is concerned. And basically, you always talk about laying that foundation to lead for the other class and stuff like that. You guys have to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I feel like the younger kids definitely looked up to us. And just for example, after our loss against Logan Elm, there were several underclassmen coming into Coach B's room talking about when can we get back in the gym.
Wow.
So it was the day after we lost, and all the younger kids were ready to get back at it. So that's something that you love to see, and something that you love to leave a program.
You have played three sports at Washington Courthouse, your high school career and stuff. How do you personally, is it easy to make the transition from one sport to another, or do you have to try to juggle things, or what?
I've always found it pretty easy to go from one sport to the other. With golf to basketball, there's like a 2-month break between, so that's fairly easy. The harder one was definitely basketball to baseball, because right when the season ends, we already start scrimmages for baseball. So just getting into the swing of things is a little bit more difficult, but I find it fun.
I know that I just asked you before we went back on the air, you got less than 30 days left of your high school experience. What do you want to try to take away from that? I mean, you know, let's be honest, last year going to the Final Four, it's hard to top that, I guess, other than win the state title. Yeah. But you guys have had a very good baseball season this year so far.
Yeah, I'm just looking to have fun in every game that I play, and I feel like our team is very close this year, just like last. And you know, whatever happens, and I'll just have fun.
Future plans. I know a lot of folks have been asking about maybe what you do, if you might go play some more sports, or if you're just going to settle in the field or something. Have you kind of thought about what you want to do?
Yeah, so I'll be going to Ohio State, and I'm going to email the baseball coach to see if I can have an opportunity to walk on.
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be good. Well, we wish you the best of luck in that endeavor. I'm sure a lot of fans will come up and watch you guys play. Final question. As you look back on your high school, whether it's in the classroom or on the field or golf course or whatever, what is one thing that if you leave, you can be able to look back on and say, okay, these are the moments or these are the things that I'm glad I had a chance to experience?
I would just say is all the times with your teammates and all my friends, because those are the memories that I'll never lose. The bus rides, the team meals, and just hanging out with all the guys that are close to me. I think that's what I'll remember forever.
All right. Well, John, it's been a pleasure to watch you over the years. Who knows, you may be back for the spring sports season. You know, we got a couple baseball games coming up toward the end of the month. Or student athlete too, because I believe you've won that before, if I remember correctly. So he's got the smarts in the classroom, and he's got some ability on the baseball diamond and the basketball court, and also on the golf course. So we might get a chance to talk to him one more time. If not, good luck to you. It's been a pleasure to watch you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, John Wall from the Washington Courthouse basketball program. He was our star of the game of the February 6th game against Benton County earlier this year. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll start talking to some members of the Miami Trace girls team, and we're going to talk to Jesse Stewart right after this here on the Epifana McDonald's McSports Saturday Show. Back here on the McSports program with us now is Jesse Stewart, senior member of the Miami Trace girls basketball team. It's kind of weird to say that all year, you know,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Only
it was.
senior?
Yeah, it was different.
It was. Tell us a little bit about, we'll talk about the crutches and all that stuff in just a moment, but tell us a little bit about your season overall, how you think things went, or was it a little frustrating for you?
Yeah, at the beginning it was, because I was playing with mostly freshmen. We started 2 sophomores, and I think the rest were freshmen, and I was the only senior, so I had to bring myself back and kind of just let them get into the flow of the game, because it was faster going from 8th grade, skipping JV, and then going to varsity. Obviously, You're going to have a huge jump. So yeah, it was pretty frustrating at the beginning, but then towards the end, we kind of all came together and was starting, and then it was the night before senior night I tore my ACL in practice. So then I didn't play the rest of the season, but other than that, yeah, I felt like the end of it, we were starting to come to grips together, and then everything went downhill.
You guys had a very, very tough schedule.
Yeah, the first game we started out with Unioda, and that was pretty tough. Pretty tough.
You were the star of the game in that game, okay? Well, you know, I think he was in double digits that night and stuff. And then you had another game, which you probably would have got the star of the game, is when you played in Courthouse. You had all those points, and then somebody went and made a last-second layup to win the ball game.
Yeah,
so we ended up giving it to her. So anyway, but when you look at the season overall, even though you maybe didn't have the type of season you would like to see team-wise, individually, were you able to see maybe some growth in your area?
Yeah, I felt like I got frustrated and this and that, but I felt like I drove to the basket more and didn't just settle for my outside shots like I did the year before when I had Bean and Mal and Hill. So I felt like I became an all-around player this year more than I was the past couple of years.
I know we did several of your games, and that was one of the things that I noticed, that you were driving more toward the bucket and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, Jesse, why don't you shoot in the threes? Come on, you know, that's what you do best.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your injury there. You said it was what was it?
ACL. So I ended up tearing my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. And honestly, I didn't know I even tore it. Like the next week, I was running in the driveway, doing squats, everything. So then we waited. Well, then I got an MRI, and they said I tore my ACL. Well, I show livestock, so I was waiting to get surgery because if I got it, I didn't know if I was going to be able to show this and that. So we pushed surgery back. Well, then I tried to play knockout, and I went down. And so I went to the doctor, and they were like, well, we can get you in April 23rd. And I was like, okay, it's right before graduation. I don't really want to be on crutches. So then I got a cancellation April 2nd. So then I just went ahead and said, let's get it done.
Okay, so obviously, are they happy with the progress so far? I know it's only been a short time.
Yeah,
but
it'll be 2 weeks Tuesday. I go Monday, get my stitches out, and hopefully I can start weaning myself off these crutches, but it's a 9-month recovery. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I would say no soccer ball or anything like that
no,
during the summer or anything, huh?
Nope.
Any
Therapy.
livestock showing?
Well, they said that maybe at the middle of May I could start, but I'll have a brace on just in case.
Okay.
So yeah. Yep, long process, but
Wow, I did not know it took that long.
yeah.
How's that going to affect you for your future plans?
Well, I thought about playing. I'm going to Wilmington College,
Okay.
and they came to my games, whatever. Well, the game they came to, I was hurt because I had just tore my ACL, and they wanted to talk to me because I thought about going to play there. But now that I did all this, I'm kind of like, I just want to be done, get my education, and move on with life. Just because, I mean, basketball has been a huge part of my life, but I feel like it's time to take the next step and move on.
Okay. You have an idea of what you want to study?
Ag business and a minor in marketing.
What was the minor again?
Marketing.
Marketing. Okay.
I want to go for a marketing specialist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
That's pretty good. It's pretty
Yep.
good. Other than that, you never played too many other sports, did
Nope,
you?
I played softball when I was younger, but then I was like, oh, I'm bad. Like,
The girl's least honest about her
need
talent, you know?
Need to wrap it up. So then I played basketball almost all year round. So
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure to watch you for the last, I think, all 4 years,
Yeah.
right? You started when you was a freshman.
I
Well, you got some playing time.
Yeah,
You was a freshman.
yeah.
But your sophomore,
Yep.
junior, and senior year, we
Yep.
saw a lot of you and everything.
Yep.
And wish you the best luck there on the knee.
Yep.
And boy, I'm trying to get over the 9 months. And I know you've got to because you're the ones going through it. You got to get ready for rehab and all that stuff down
Yeah,
the
I
road, right?
started rehab last Friday, 3 days after
Already?
surgery. Yep, they want to start you. So normally you can't get your leg completely straight or bent. I got my leg completely straight and at a 90-degree bend. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's good. You're making some progress.
I'm trying to get off the crutches.
Okay, good enough. Well, Jess, it's been nice to watch you play. Good
Thank
luck
you.
to you in your future.
Thank you.
Wilmington, is that where you're going to
Yep.
go? All
Yep.
right. And if you ever need marketing, you might want to go see this guy here. You never know what he might do with marketing, you know? All right. Jesse Stewart with us here on our Star of the Game. We'll talk to Gracie Levitt right after this, right here on the McDonald's, Epifano McDonald's McSaturday Sports Show.
And there you have it. McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba.
All right, we're back here on YouTube channel. Want to remind our folks that we are recording the program on our Facebook, and it will be shown at a later date, but we are live on YouTube. Want to keep that in mind, okay? Gracie Lovett is with us now. Gracie, the freshman phenomenon with the ball distributions. Where'd you learn your game at?
So when I was younger, working with my sister and my dad,
Okay. What was some of the things they taught you?
how to just get into the rim and stuff and dribbling.
Do they want you to be a point guard or a shooting guard or a combination thereof?
Probably a combination, but I like more of a point guard.
Okay, I was going to say, you do a very, very well job bringing the ball down and setting things up and stuff
Thank
like
you.
that. Of course, your sister played earlier and stuff like that. It's in college right now, so I'm sure you learned a lot from her. But now that you're kind of on your own, you're a freshman and things like that this past year, what were some of the things that you felt that your game was able to grow, but also there was areas you said, okay, I know this summer I've got to really work on these things. What were some of those?
Just getting quicker and being able to lead defenses better and stuff.
You felt you didn't play good defense?
Sometimes. It
Sometimes.
depended.
We'll have to talk to Coach about that. So maybe she can give us some pointers on that one. When you started practice, did the coach hand you the ball and says, okay, you're my point guard.
Yeah.
I'm expecting you to carry as far as distributing the ball and stuff like that. I got Jesse in this position and the other girls in this position. How'd you take that on? I mean, what was your mental state like?
I just knew I had to do it because
You just knew you had to do it, huh? Well, I guess that's one attitude to have is, I got a job, let's do it. Tell us a little bit about what else do you participate in any other sports? Basketball is it,
just
huh?
basketball.
Basketball is it. All right. Did you guys play during the off season, like AAU or anything like that, or?
No, we just did a summer league for Trace. I don't do AAU.
Okay, summer league? Okay. What are some of the classes you take?
Strength and conditioning and agriculture.
Oh, so are you in FFA? Mm-hmm. What are some of the things you do in that?
I don't really do that much, just worksheets and stuff.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, you have projects and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, we had a few. Some SAE projects and stuff.
Okay. When you look at your season that you just came through, what are some of the things you know that you feel that you guys can do better next year? Because basically you have no senior, right? Jess
Yeah.
is not, it's gone, and I think everybody else is,
We have one senior.
you will have another senior, okay. So where is the responsibility now going to lie on some of you guys that are the younger ones? Where do you feel you're going to have to come up and step your game up?
Knowing that we don't have much height and stuff, so we're just going to have to be able to be quicker and,
Well, when you do that, does that mean you're going to have more pressure on defense?
probably more pressure on defense and offense.
What are some of the conditioning that you have to go through?
I don't know.
I mean, do you guys do a lot of running, a lot of ball handling? What are some of the things
We do a mix of stuff.
do a mixture of stuff? Okay. We had you down twice as a star of the game. Let me get the specs on here so I can see what they were. Yeah, you had against Washington Courthouse, and then later in the season against Greenfield McLean was the two games that we had you for star of the game. And I know that you guys had a season that had a very, very tough schedule. You played against a very tough team. Who's probably the toughest player you had to go up against?
Probably Unyodo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
All
was-
of them are pretty good.
Yeah, everybody was pretty good on that team as well. All right. Well, Gracie, now you got your freshman year out of the way. You got the interview out of the way. So you know if I come back next year, I got this, Mr. Young. I got it down pat. I know what you're going to ask, and I'll have it. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to let Gracie go, but we appreciate her joining us. We're looking forward to serving her and seeing her over the next couple of years as a member of the Lady Panthers program. So, Gracie, thanks for joining us. Good
Thank
luck
you.
during the off season, okay?
Thank you.
Stay right there. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Lauren Guess right after this. right, we're back here now on the McSports program. With us now is Lauren Guess. Of course, Lauren is a junior.
No, I'm a freshman.
Like I said, she's a freshman. Coach is over there says, don't graduate or any earlier than you got to, okay? Sorry about that. I get them all mixed up. There's no doubt about that. Oh, yes, you're the young lady
Yes.
that had quite the shot of the year, probably. The layup against the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions, the game winner. What was going through you guys' mind when you got set up for that shot?
I just knew the time was running out. I had to just, I mean, I do it every day. Like, that's just a routine shot. But
I know that was a game that, if I remember right, Jessie had like a really good first quarter, if I remember right. I think she had like 10 or 12 points or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And so you got there toward the end. I wouldn't be surprised if Courthouse was maybe looking for her to shoot the ball, and she smartly gave the ball up to you.
yeah, she ran that play very well. It was a very good play. She ran the court really well, passed off to Riley and me. So.
When you look back on your season, what were some of the things that you felt that your game has improved on? And then maybe some areas, I know we're going to be working on these areas during the summer months.
I'd say my shot increased more out, better percentages, but foul shots got better a little bit. And for next year, probably keep working on that outside shot, try to get threes going, and more post moves. So I
Okay.
think it'll be good.
Where do they want you as far as the offense is concerned? What position do they want you in?
It depends. When me and Riley are out there, definitely post. I was working post a lot this year.
Okay.
So, but I'd like to personally go out more and get more comfortable with that. But
Like I say, she was a lot taller than you, wasn't she?
we're about, yeah, she's like an inch taller than me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought she was taller than that. So you've spurred up and you've
Yeah,
grown a little
yeah.
bit, all right, since last year. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Another what, 2 or 3 inch spurt, Coach? Be fine with you?
Hopefully 6 or 7.
So anyway, when you look at your season overall, you're a multi-sports athlete and stuff like that. So how's the transition gone as far as like from volleyball to basketball, etc.?
I mean, it's hard, but just you kind of get used to it, and you just kind of have to push yourself and get in the weight room and ball handling, and that kind of switches that. But throughout volleyball and stuff, I still pick up a ball. I try to, and then basketball, pick up a volleyball, open gyms, So that's kind of how I manage that. But
You mentioned the word weights. I think that's a thing that, as long as I've been doing this, that to me has been the biggest thing that I think that has changed, is female athletes are having to get, not having to, but are more into the weights and stuff
yeah.
like that. How's that helped your game, you feel?
I think it has increased my strength and then my legs, for shooting and for volleyball, but just making me feel more comfortable being able to shoot, because that's something I've struggled with. But then that just makes me feel, and it's a mindset for me just being in the weight room. So
All right, what are you doing during the off season?
right now I'm in club volleyball and then AAU basketball.
Okay. So you're keeping busy.
Oh yeah.
All right, good enough. Well, we won't try to get you any faster to the next grade until you get through this year, okay?
Okay.
But we look forward to seeing you both in volleyball and girls basketball next year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, the shot that just tore the heart out of the Blue Lion fans that early February,
Yeah.
the layup that won the game. So congratulations to Lauren Guess, one of our star of the games. And we'll be back and we'll talk to your good buddy Riley in just a few moments, all right? Stay with us right here on the Epifano McDonald's McSports program. All right, back here at McDonald's in Jeffersonville, our McSports studio, or Saturday studios, we like to say. As you can see all the things here, all the team emblems. And one of the guests right now is Riley Vince, who was our player of the game, or star of the game, on the February 8th game against Adena. Man, I did a killer schedule. I started you guys off with Uniota and ended the season with Adena. What was I thinking, huh? Coach is probably thinking the same thing. Why those games? Why did you do those games? Two of the toughest games in the teams in the SBC. Talk about the season overall, though. You guys really had a very, very tough schedule. I don't think people maybe realized at times.
Yeah, I feel like most times we work together pretty good. Some days we didn't work together that much, but when we worked together, we pulled a win. So.
I know that you are a
Sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. Well, at least I asked first instead of just coming out and saying it, you know. I learned my lesson. So you basically, with Jesse graduating, I understand you got one senior coming back next season. So you're still relatively a very young team and things.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you guys are trying as a young group, trying to work together as far as things off the court to try to make a good team chemistry and things like that?
I think we just need to hang out more, like spend time with each other more, like do team bonding and stuff. And we did that like throughout the season, and like it got better over the season, like coming together. But I think as a young team that we're gonna like need to come together more and work together.
Are you guys going to do or work on anything during the summer, or do you play like some are playing AAU ball, some are playing other?
I'm pretty sure some are playing AAU, and then we do have like summer like tournaments and stuff that we go to.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
All right. So you're still continuously working on your game, even though the off season.
Yeah.
Look at your season overall. What were some of the things that you felt that you were able to grow in, but also some of the things, okay, I know I got to really work on for next year?
My foul shots, I need to work on those. Cannot make foul shots to save my life. But I feel like we did a good job at getting the ball to the post. Towards the end of the season, we did a good job about that, and that's where most of our buckets were coming from.
I know that we even talked to Gracie a little bit. She, even though she's the point guard, she's driving more toward the bucket.
Yeah.
I know that you and Lauren especially were around the bucket area trying to get the rebounds and things like that. Offensive rebounding, though, do you feel that maybe that's one area that you guys definitely going to have to improve on?
Oh, yeah. We need to box out. We need to go after our shots, but that's something we can work on.
Conditioning-wise, what are things that you are going to be working on during the off-season to get ready for, well, you got volleyball and then, of course, basketball?
We just need to, I feel like we're in shape, but we're not in, like, game shape. So that's something that we need to work on.
I know that when you come in as a young player, both on volleyball and on basketball, I keep saying volleyball, that's the only two sports I know that I've had a chance to follow you a little bit. What were some of the things that when you started to work your way into the lineups and stuff like that, what were some of the challenges that you felt that you had to overcome, maybe mentally, not the game itself, but mentally?
I think I need to overcome the fact that it doesn't matter like how old you are or your age, like you're part of the team, like you make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, seniors make mistakes, juniors make mistakes, like mistakes are for everybody to be made. And I feel like that's one thing I struggled with at the beginning of volleyball season, was like trying not to make up like mistakes or like mess up, but then I realized that everybody does it, so
don't beat yourself up too much.
Yeah.
All right, good enough. Well, congratulations to you. Look forward to seeing you in volleyball season. You'll be here before we know it. So summertime, what are you going to be working on?
Well, I'm getting surgery next Tuesday on my shoulder, so I'm not doing anything.
What's with all these kids and surgeries?
Not doing anything this summer.
So your shoulder.
Yeah, I tore my labrum.
When'd you do that?
During basketball season at the end
During
of the
basketball season? Man, Coach, I'm telling you. Yeah, we get it done now is right.
Yeah.
So you can have time to get ready for it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck in the surgery there, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And who knows? We'll maybe see you again next year on some other things, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll take a break. We'll come back And we'll talk to Coach Detweiler in just a moment. Stay with us right here on the Epifano McDonald's McSaturday Sports Show. All right, back here now on the McSports program. Head coach of the Lady Panthers, Coach Kayla Detweiler, is joining us right now. Kayla, get a little concerned, all these surgeries I've been hearing about. I guess getting done now during the offseason is the best way to do it, though, right?
Well, we had a lot of injury this year. We started off the year, we had a freshman guard that went down in the first 3 minutes of our first scrimmage, and she was out till after the holiday tournament. And then in the holiday tournament, well, before that, Riley was out after our Hillsborough game because she had done something to her lower leg, and she was out through the holiday tournament. And then in the holiday tournament, Ellie Robinette had sublimated or subflexed her knee. So and then of course Jessie got hurt at the end of the year. So we dealt with a lot of injury this year. Riley, she had some shoulder pain coming out of volleyball. It got a little bit better as basketball went on, but there about the last 2 weeks of the season, she went up for a rebound, and the girl behind her pulled the ball back and pulled that shoulder, and they think that's what ended up tearing her labrum. So
wow. Overall, your thoughts on the season?
We were very young, so it was definitely going to be a lot of experience for a lot of kids. Only having one senior, we had one junior, so, Jessie was the only kid we returned with more than 1 year of varsity experience. We returned, I think, 3 kids with 1 year of varsity experience and then a bunch of new kids. So we knew it was going to be a challenge. We also knew our schedule was tough. I mean, like you've talked about, we started off with Unioto, who was a powerhouse in Southeast Ohio. We ended with Adena, who had a very nice season. When we looked at our schedule as a whole, we had, 4 of the teams we played had over 20 wins.
Wow.
And one of those was Jackson, so of course we've got to play those twice. And then we had a 5th team who, they had a 19-win season, but they didn't play a full schedule because it was Dayton Meadowdale, who they ended up having some games canceled on them. So they'd have been a 20-win season too.
Wow.
So we had some very tough competition on our schedule.
When you look, though, at the team, even though it was maybe not the type of season you would like to, you also know expectation-wise, hey, I still got a young team here. If we can just get some foundation built, we should be very, very good over the next couple of years if we can keep everybody together. Right,
and that's the big thing that I tried to stress to the kids at the end of the year was the biggest thing we can do is stay together as a team, especially that freshman class staying together. That class has so much chemistry. They play so well together. And they could be a very, very nice class for the next 3 years as long as they commit to each other. They're going to be a lot of the foundation for where the program goes next. Those sophomores, they've got 2 years experience now, so they're going to help build. And I think what really accumulated our season was that courthouse game where Lauren gets that tip at the end of the game to win the game. That kind of shows you the growth that we had. Jessie carried us through the first half. She had all our points in the first quarter. I think she ended up with 16 at halftime.
Right.
If she didn't score, I think we only had 4 points at halftime or 5 points. And we struggled to score, but then we found other kids late in the game because Coach Denon, he did a nice job of adjusting and helping take away Jessie and forcing our other kids to step into other roles. Gracie was struggling to get a little bit downhill because they are a little bit bigger inside, so when she gets downhill and's got to go against some of those kids like Callie inside. That makes it a lot tougher to get those layups in. So it was a good game for our young kids to learn how do we adjust, how do we score in different ways. And then when you see Lauren grab that rebound instead of coming down and then going right back up with it like most kids would, she just tips it right in, and she goes down to the ground. She never gets it off before the clock runs out, and that's a very heads-up play by a kid who has a ton of a potential ahead of her in this game. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that kid can do, and she's only going to keep getting better. So, and I think that kind of just showed where some of those kids were. It doesn't always show in the win-loss column, but it shows in what were they doing, first couple weeks of the season versus what were they doing at the end of the season.
Obviously, as a coach, you're limited as to how much coaching you can do during the off season. But when you had the kind of like the end of the season things, what were some of the things you told your girls that, hey, during the summer, whatever, here's the things I really want you guys to work on?
Well, a lot of it is, we need to shoot the ball. We've got kids who, we can score in layups, and but we don't have a lot of kids that are just shooters off the dribble, coming off it. Like we know Jessie, she can shoot off the dribble, she can shoot off the set shot, but that's what she's done for 4 years.
Right.
And we've got kids that's never been their role, is take that dribble, take it off the pass, one dribble, pull up and get a shot. In junior high, they had lots of success. It's a little different game when you get to the high school level. So is asking them, challenging them to, speed up the game, play a little bit faster, find ways to work on what you're not good at. Don't work on what you're already good at. You're already good at that. So go, if you're not confident with your offhand, go out there and dribble with your offhand. If you're not confident in your mid-range game, go mid-range. If you don't have a three-point shot, go work on a three-point shot, because the players are made in the off season. And during practice times in the season, we're only able to polish what we've got, what we're going to do, make adjustments, but we can't change if someone, needs a shot fix. We can't change, certain things about the game. That's going to take repetition after repetition to get them there.
You've now had varsity experience at Trace now for 3 years now. Do you feel more obviously you probably feel more comfortable now than you did when you first take over, but what are some of the things that you thought maybe you've seen your personal growth that's been very, very well, that's gone well for you?
Well, of course the first year you're nervous, it's a whole different ball game. But I guess with me, like, I get a little bit more comfortable in letting my players, I don't have to micromanage. Like when you're JV coach, you're always worried, like, they're going to blow the play up, like, I've got to tell this kid where to move, you got to tell them to cut. Is having that ability to kind of let go and, okay, like, Gracie is a freshman and she's my point guard. Well, she's going to be the point guard for the next 3 years, so she needs to start learning now to control the team. So I've got to allow her to have that room to take over the team at games. Like, at times I was looking at her, I said, what do you feel comfortable running? What do you feel like the flow of the game has? And, maybe she doesn't always know what she wants to run or what's going to work, but it's going to get her thinking. It's going to get her thinking in that game, okay, like, we just ran this play and it worked, so let's go again. Or, every time we went to this side, their defense has jumped us, so we can't keep running it this way. So it's trying to allow the players to take more control of the game, because it is their game. Mm-hmm. I'm just on the sidelines, basically giving suggestions.
I've never heard you put it that way before. That's pretty good. Suggestions. Well, enjoy the farm. Enjoy that little one you got here.
Will do.
Boy, that's one that just totally slipped my mind. Like you said, you were pregnant last year when you was here. See you carry a little baby around. I thought, I wonder whose kid that is. What's mine?
It's mine. She was at several of the games. She went to a lot of practices this year.
Hey, when I go to ball games, I'm sorry, I don't notice things like that. Who's got kids there and who doesn't and all that stuff. But so obviously, have you got her to a basketball yet?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to say, that's a good mom.
Little basketball and a little pig.
Little pig. Okay. That's right. That was you guys' livestock projects all those years.
Yep.
So, wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go because I know you got to take care of the hogs, right?
Yep.
It's your farm or
Dad's?
Dad's farm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, been nice to cover some of your games. I'll try next year not to schedule so tough opponents.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of those are going to be graduating, so maybe they won't be so tough.
Yeah, some of those teams are like Jackson. I mean, they graduated 4 of their 5 starters, so that's going to be a completely different team next year.
Yeah, this league's going to be different.
Uniota, of course, Uniota is going to graduate few, but they're going to return their best players.
Yeah.
The Smith girl, the Hamilton girl should be back from her knee surgery because she tore her knee there.
Okay.
And then they've got a freshman guard that's coming in, the Beard girl. She's
Okay.
a really nice guard. She'd been in Kentucky. She'd been playing varsity as a 7th grader.
Really?
They're going to reload, so
Well, hopefully your guys will reload too then.
so
Get improvement, all right? Good luck.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Enjoy the off season. We'll see you probably in November.
alrighty.
All right, Kayla Detweiler, varsity girls basketball coach from Ivy Trace with us. We'll talk to a couple of the guys from Washington Courthouse as we wrap up this first show. Stay with us right here on the Epifano McDonald's McSports Saturday Show from the Jeffersonville McDonald's. All right, back with us now is Isaiah Haithcock. You've done this before
Yep, yes, sir.
and had technical problems. But at least we're on YouTube today live.
Right, yeah.
It will be on Facebook. We're recording it right now, so we'll make sure everybody knows that you're still going to be on both channels. So we'll be
Yes,
all
sir.
right, Dad. Interesting year for you guys. I know we talked a little bit with John. Is that basically the seniors, a lot of responsibility by Coach Barker was handed to you guys this year.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, 4 seniors, me, Gabe, Garrett, and John, and Logan. Logan played a little bit too. He's an important part of the team. I mean, we had a big role coming into the season. I mean, last year we had a lot of seniors with Tanner being gone, Michael being gone, Braden, Raleigh. They were a big part of the team, and us juniors had to step up. And I mean, I think we played a really good job this year. So.
When you look back on the game and things like that, I'll back up just a second. You had already pretty much decided you were going to play football in college. So did you have a lot of that hitting you early in the season, recruiting-wise and stuff like that?
Yes, so basically a lot of pressure was put on me with early enrolling, going to college early and not playing basketball. So that was always on the back of my mind, just so I can get the experience there. But I mean, basketball is just a part of my life, and I don't think I could have let it go this senior year, especially with all the guys that are surrounding me. I mean, those are my best friends that I've grown up with. So, I mean, it was a pretty easy decision for me to just continue to play basketball.
So after that's completed, tell us a little bit. First of all, you're going to Wofford?
Wofford, yeah.
Wofford?
Yeah, Wofford.
Where's that at?
South Carolina, Spartanburg.
Okay, so there's another guy that's going south. What is it with South Carolina?
I don't know.
Is it the girls or something down there or what?
I don't know what it is. I guess they like to recruit the Ohio kids.
I guess. But what attracted you to go there?
I mean, a lot of the coaches gave me a lot of attention. I mean, players, coaches, I mean, the campus is beautiful. I mean, they've had a lot of success in the past with their football program, and I mean, it's just a beautiful place, so it's an easy decision for me.
Have you kind of narrowed down what you want to major in, or is it, you going to go undecided and go from there?
I want to go in for like some type of engineering, so something with that, because I'm good with math and numbers and stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
Taking a lot of honors classes and calculus classes with certain things to help with that. So yeah.
I don't even feel worthy to be sitting with this guy. He's smart. All this math stuff, man.
They're all smarter than us.
Oh, yeah, you guys are all smarter than us, so you know. Basketball season, let's jump right back into that. As the season progressed, you guys had a little period of time there where you didn't have any games and stuff like that. That had to make practice probably a little monotonous, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, with the weather and stuff, that whole period where a couple of weeks where we just didn't play at all. I mean, a lot of the guys came in just to get shots up. I think that's one thing that we really did good with this year. It's just, you know, staying on the court and with each other, and, you know, whether it's 3v3, 4v4, 5v5, we're always there competing when there's not games being played, you know.
I know that you were the star of the game with Wilmington in early December. They were a team that was coming in. The program had been taken over by Coach Cumberland, who used to play there and things like that. And they really gave you guys a pretty good game there at the start, match-wise, size-wise, and all that stuff.
I mean, yeah, that's one thing that Coach Barcher was telling us about. I mean, he said don't pay attention to the record, because they're a scrappy team and they can get at you whether the record's good or bad, because Wilmington's always going to be a solid team because they're just a good basketball program. And so, I mean, they gave us a run for our money.
Well, yeah, they've always had good programs. I graduated from Circleville. I graduated in '75. They had good basketball teams even back then. So
I rode a horse to school.
What? I rode a horse to school. I'm not that old, brother. But anyway, what you say is, it seems like year in, year in, Wilmington always has good basketball programs and some really, really good athletes. All right, so now what's the plan? I know you're graduating. You're what, less than 30 days away?
Yeah. So I guess just continue with school. Right now I'm not playing any sports, so I'm just trying to stay in the weight room and be on the field working on my route running and, you know, footwork, things to do with the tight end position. And yeah, just overall just getting better at football. So,
what's your size now?
6'5", 215. So, and they want me around 220, 230 by when I get there. So I'm just trying to put on weight right now. So that's the goal.
Okay, good enough. Well, it's been a pleasure to watch you over the last couple of years, and wish you best of luck. We'll keep an eye on how football things are going, and be successful and keep studying that math.
Yep.
Who knows, man? You might be some kind of brain scientist or something like that, with how to figure out, do all this thing with the numbers.
Right.
I'm glad you're good in that. That can take you any place, man. That can take you any place. But it's been a pleasure to watch you. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and I think we got Coach Leith coming up. So we'll talk to him in just a moment right here on the Epiphano Sports Network. All right, we're back here, our final guest for our first program, and we appreciate you waiting around, Seth. But Seth Leach is with us right now, reserve head coach at Washington Courthouse, filling in for Coach Barker today, and he asked Coach Leach to come out, and so we know that Seth was going to be here for about a week now, I believe it is. So we appreciate you coming out and talking to us a little bit about the team. First of all, it was a team that this year there had to be a lot of high expectations coming off last year and things like that. 3 4 seniors, I guess there was.
5.
5 seniors.
Yeah, we had Logan Presley. I think it's probably one you're not met. Gabe Tyson, and then the other 3.
Yeah, Logan's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had 5 seniors that were coming back and stuff like that. As the season progressed, though, you guys you're starting off well, but you had some dips there. I don't want to keep belaboring the point, but you guys had that little period there right after the holidays where you guys didn't have a game for what little bit.
Yeah, I think we went probably 2 weeks we didn't have a game, which I know probably gets a little monotonous in practice, going over things probably all the time and not really preparing for anybody. And I think our Zane Trace game got canceled, which is probably really hard on these guys. It's hard for them to stay focused for 2 straight weeks and say, hey, we're going to have a game, and then it doesn't happen.
Right.
But I think the next game we played out of that was probably Benton County, and we came out pretty well in that game.
Yeah, you guys, in fact, you jumped out to a real quick lead, if I remember correctly, and it was like,
I think we were up 16 or 18 at the beginning of that game, and then they started to get going a little bit.
Yeah. When you look at the schedule overall, though, you guys did have to play a pretty tough schedule this year.
Yeah, we opened up at St. Charles, which was their first game in that gym since they redid everything. And they were a tough team last year. They didn't have their big guy inside. But they're a private school that does basketball all the time. I think they probably do 2 and 3 days sometimes.
Wow.
But that game started slow, came back, ended up winning that game, played at Bishop Reedy. Didn't do too well there, but we got down by, I think, 21-0 early in that game. But came back. I think ended up being a 20-point game, but I think we got it down to 15 or 14. Like, we competed that entire time we played, and then Benton County was always good, always good. And then just some of our league opponents are really tough places to play at.
I'm going to say, compared to last year, and you guys won the league this year, you kind of had your back against the wall with losing out at Miami Trace, and really you had to kind of play catch up the second part of the season.
Yeah, losing there, we competed pretty well. And I think our guys responded pretty well to losing there. They said we wanted to get them back next time, which thankfully we were able to do that. But knowing that we still had to go, we still had to take care of our part to hopefully win the league, but we unfortunately weren't able to do that at Hillsboro. But then I thought also responded very well when we went down to Jackson and won, which is always a tough place to play.
When you look at the overall season, I know a lot of disappointment with the loss to Logan Elm there at the end. What happened as far as, you guys had just beaten them?
Yeah, we beat them by 25 or so.
Yeah.
I just think it was one of those games, tough. It was a good tournament atmosphere. We just make shots, kind of make some free throws there at the end, and then just some miscues here and there. And credit to them, they played a lot better. They played really solid defense, rebounded the ball well. We probably didn't get the ball as much aside as we would like to, and had some sloppy turnovers. But certainly not the way we expected or hoped it would go, the tournament-wise, especially for the seniors who have been around through a lot of ups and downs, and lately more ups. But it was a tough game for all of us, especially at the end, saying goodbye to our seniors who have done a lot for us.
All right, let me ask you one final question. As a reserve coach, you've got kids that you're trying to work as part of the team structure, but also you got to kind of prepare them a little bit for varsity and stuff like that. Who are some of the kids that might see some action next year on that varsity level?
Always tough to say. I would like to think a lot of my starting 5 from our JV, which Cooper Robinson, Javon Baker, Bryson Heath, Justin Everhart, and maybe Avery Whiteman, they would have a shot to do it. They're going to have to put in a lot of work to it. Nothing's going to be given. You have to earn every single second. And we had even some juniors that didn't get to play a lot who I think are going to be very good. A lot of people probably see us losing, the past 2 years. We lost 2 district players of the years, multiple first-team all-district guys. But I think we could surprise a lot of people because they're going to put in the work and compete every single night.
Good answer. You answered it exactly the way I expected you to, because you're right. They're going to have to work for it.
Yep. Nothing's going to be easy, especially in the league to where Jackson, they have a really good junior class, or going to be junior class.
Right.
Hillsboro has the FAC Player of the Year coming back, and the coach's son, Howland, who's going to be a sophomore next year, who's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And Chili's going to be good, and Trace is always going to be good. So nothing's going to be easy.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations. You guys finished what?
15-4.
Okay, I thought you had about 15 wins.
Yeah.
And that's a good mark on the reserve level, and hopefully some of those young people will do well as they go to the varsity. We appreciate you filling in for Coach Barker today. Who knows? He may have you do it again.
Yeah, hopefully. If he's not able to do it, I'll always be here.
Well, good. Well, Seth Leach, the reserve boys basketball coach, Washington Courthouse. And we're going to take our final break, and then we'll get ready for show number 2 in just a few minutes. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, it's going to wrap it up. Show number 1 of 3 that we're doing for the Star of the Game programming. Our thanks to the folks from Washington Courthouse boys basketball and the Miami Trace girls basketball team for joining us on this show. We're going to take about a 10 to 15 minute break. When we come back, we're going to go right into show number 2 with other guests, young people that were named Star of the Games during one of our winter sports WCHC Fayette County Youth Sports coverage, sponsored by, of course, Epifano McDonald's. So don't go away. We will be back in just a few minutes right here. I'm Randy Young along with Nick Epifano. Thanks for joining us. Show number 2 in just a few minutes right here on the Epifano Sports Network.